our mission blitz, our dedication to rural ministries, our basketball upwards program, the program that we did with, like I say, East Dyersburg, and the program that we're contemplating with our church in a feeding ministry.
Without a doubt, I feel that our church lives out Jesus Christ's message. There are several ways that I've seen our church witness to other people, carry people through tough times. One example would be Reelfoot Rural Ministries. We help and serve a lot of people in that way, and it's not something that they may know who we are behind it, but it certainly helps us individually also to know that we've done some good in the community.
Well, I think a witness is not only someone that's speaking, but it's your actions too. And I think our congregation is a strong witness, both to the community and to the church. We have so many people that volunteer for the different committees in the church and then around the town also. And you know, what really amazes me is the Relay for Life, people getting out and working on that, and Mission Blitz and the Upward Basketball. It's, you know, just such a privilege to be able to work for something like that and to give back. And I know the community appreciates it too.
It's hard to remember, but sometimes we lead the best when we follow. We have to follow Jesus. When we remember that He is responsible for every good thing that comes out of this church, and we do our work seeking no credit for ourselves, our efforts then will be pleasing in the eyes of the Lord, and He will make sure that others in our community will follow, and the good that we are capable of will be multiplied.
This one's probably the hardest one for me because I feel like on a personal level my witnessing is not as strong as it should be or where it needs to be. But one of the things that I felt the most moved by and the biggest part of witnessing to me was back during our Mission Blitz this year when we did the food program down in the fellowship hall. Ella and I, my youngest daughter, who is 8, were able to work together and do that project together along with many other people in the congregation. And I felt like we were actually using our hands and our physical bodies to do something for Christ. And it was going to somebody who was not my neighbor necessarily, or not somebody I could see, but that we were touching and praying for this food that we were providing for other people.
I think our church has a wonderful opportunity, a wonderful job of witness just through the youth minister coming to the school, coming to sporting events, making a presence known that First United Methodist has a great youth group, a great church. I think our people in our community, there are so many of our church members that are active in the fair, active in Mission Blitz, active in just other organizations where they volunteer their time, and it's so important for others to see that First United Methodist is not this building in downtown Dyersburg that's beautiful, but it's also working through different areas of Christ and just trying to touch as many lives as possible. When we were moving back here, we had so many decisions to make about where to live, where to send our children to school, but the one decision we did not have a problem making was where we were going to church.
I have belonged to this congregation for 40 years, and I realized immediately after I began to come to church here that every time I went to a meeting in the community, that every time I went to a program, that every time I was involved in anything that was laudable, the room was filled with Methodists. And our congregation is represented everywhere you look in our community. Our congregation serves the community enormously, I believe. And it is just a real opportunity to be a part of a congregation that reaches out.